Walk out Wednesday, work from home Wednesday, work shy Wednesday. Well, let's just be honest for 1 minute these days. It's walk out, work from home, work shy, whatever you want to call it, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday too. I mean, did we even notice? Did we even notice that 100,000 civil service folk walked out today when, as I've been pointing out for the past 2 years, they used the COVID excuse to stay in their posh houses, watching loose women in their pants at lunchtime and using their expensive Peloton bikes forevermore? The UK has a problem with work ethic. And what's effectively a general strike, forcing another lockdown scenario, is only going to make matters worse. And that's what I find so egregious today about this despicable teachers' strike. Just the first of 7 planned actions closing up to 12,000 schools. The militant unions, and actually a large proportion of their politicised membership, are dragging their hapless pupils into an outlandish bid to force out a Conservative government. Now, let me be clear, I love teachers. My mum was a teacher. My dad recently retired as a head teacher. And good teachers are worth their weight in gold. But good teachers would never have dreamed for one moment of indoctrinating their students with a hard-left political ideology, all while stopping education-deprived kids hit so hard by the disgraceful COVID school closures to be able to learn yet again. Unlike the National Education Union, which has done just that. Now, let's bring a little reality to the union's propaganda. Teachers in England are incredibly well paid and well looked after compared to their foreign counterparts. In fact, the Daily Telegraph revealed OECD statistics today showing our teachers are among the highest paid for the fewest hours in Europe and the developed world, with salaries for experienced staff higher than even Sweden, Switzerland, France and Finland. Yep, hotbeds of socialism. And the mass walkout over pay comes despite a 5% increase last year, with starting teacher salaries actually hiked by nearly 9%. Now, ask anyone in the private sector if they would have been happy with a 9% pay rise last year. Hell yes. Look, times are tough, but gigantic increases in public sector pay would lead to an inflation death spiral, causing mass poverty and devastating ordinary, hard-working Brits. Don't forget, these irresponsible union bosses control slippery Starmer's Labour with a dozen on the party's National Executive Committee. There's a reason why teacher strikes are banned or restricted in many EU countries, including Germany. But don't expect Labour to support important legislation to guarantee minimum service levels, given who funds their party. In fact, the Daily Mail reported today that Deputy Leader Angela Rayner has been given more than £100,000 over the last 3 years alone. That was an effective attack line taken by Rishi Sunak earlier today at PMQs.
He voted this week with the unions to oppose minimum safety levels. He voted with Just Stop Oil to water down the public order bill. And what do the unions and Just Stop Oil have in common? They bankroll him and his party, Mr. Speaker. So while he sides with extremist protesters and union bosses, we stand up for hard-working Britons and school children.
The craven unions are being selfish and irresponsible by treating our children's precious education as a political football. And their striking teachers are teaching vulnerable children all the wrong lessons.